in the final message in our Mount series. I'm so bummed about that. Steve Ingold asked the question, are we a church that talks a good game, or are we one that lives the Sermon on the Mount day by day? I think we just talk a good game. I don't know. I really want us to be, and I'm so glad that we're, being called to that. But sometimes I go, I don't know. I think we just like to talk about it in theory, but actually doing these things is really, really difficult.
Yeah, it is. It's a challenge. I mean, I think I've said this a few times over the last year, but I feel like what we're asking of our church is super demanding.
Yes.
But it falls right in line with everything that Jesus is asking of us.
But we like to be taught about it and talk about it in theory. Because we think it's such great ideas. This is really what's going to change the world. But then when you go, what about you? What about your fringe, your plank in your eye, whatever? People go, I don't think so. Yeah. We don't need to talk about that.
I don't know. I feel like maybe I'm just a more optimistic person than you, Christian.
You really are. Hey, I want to get to, in the category of getting to know your pastor better, I have a question for you.
I didn't realize we were doing that today.
I know. This is all part of the conversation today. You've rock climbed. You've waterfall climbed. Yep. You've weathered tornado warnings.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So which one of these most accurately describes your parenting style?
Oh, wow. Probably weathering tornado warnings, because Zacchaeus is a tornado, and everywhere he goes, it's like, warning, warning, warning. It's like a big sirens going off, and we're all like looking around to see if we can see anything, and you never know. So just trying to play defense all the time, that's kind of the way I parent.
And so golf for you is your basement?
It's my happy place. It's my safe. It's where the foundation is secure there.
Yes, right there. I love it. You've said fruit tells the truth. I like that. Fruit tells the truth. What are some less obvious fruits people might overlook that actually reveal some real spiritual depth?
Yeah, I mean, I think I don't think any of the fruit is something that is overly obvious, because there's one of the core fruits of the Spirit, when you just look at love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, self-control, all these things.
You missed faithfulness. Should I not bring that up?
I was trying to go fast, because
Got it.
But thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate your accountability.
I'm here for you.
I always really appreciate that about you. No, but it's like this, it's so selfless and so other-centered. Everything about it is, it's putting yourself second and humility. And so it's like, when we talk about the fruit that we see, it's not like, oh my gosh, have you seen how great of a ministry that person's leading? Or it's like, sometimes that comes, but more often than not, it's the people that are just uber faithful and approach things from, how can I be faithful to what God's calling me to today? And sometimes those are really, really small, minute things that we're not going to pick up. And so I think the way that people respond and react to those people, that's pretty telling. I remember growing up, and my dad, one of my good friends, his dad worked at this company that another guy that my dad knew worked at. And
this is going somewhere, people. Just hang in there.
Yeah.
We will get here.
So
it's going to be a great story.
So there's three guys walked into a bar, right? Okay. No. So, but the guy said, I didn't realize, he saw him at church. My friend's dad was like, I didn't realize he went to church. And to me, I was like, it was like an alarm bell. The way that you carry yourself in work would tell the people that you work with that this is a space you would never enter into, or this is a community that you'd never be a part of. That's telling. Whereas when people go, oh, the way that Christian leads his life, it makes a lot of sense to me that he's grounded in a faith community, because everything about him seems like he doesn't put himself first. So things like that.
Yep, I think that's absolutely true. When I think about the people that have a real spiritual depth, that's not necessarily tied to a specific fruit. It's just the overall.
Yeah, you could there's something about them, their generosity, their compassion, their kindness, they're good.
It's all there, yeah. You talked about storms reveal our foundation. In your own life, what's something surprising that a storm revealed about your foundation? And maybe, what did you do next?
Yeah, I mean, the low-hanging, sorry to mix some analogies here, but the low-hanging fruit is when we were going through the adoption process, I realized when we were spending 6 years not able to adopt, I realized how much I like to be in control, how impatient I am, untrusting, the list goes on and on. When you don't get something you want, looking at how you respond to that is pretty telling of kind of where your hope lies and where your trust lies. And so that was chaotic. I was grateful for what did exist, the foundation I did have with God, because there was still this this trust that something great was going to come through it all. But man, 6 years was brutal. And so the nice thing about it is kind of like I shared in the sermon is like the storm revealed some cracks in our foundation, in my foundation, and what needed to get shored up a little bit. And reliance on God and being surrendered and open-handed was like where I needed to grow.
We all want to have that kind of response, and I also like the fact that you're like, I wasn't quite there yet, but the storm did also push me to build on something more solid. And
I think that's the beauty of those storms. It reveals, like like when you don't know if there's a leak in your roof until it starts raining, right? And so sometimes those things show you where there's a leak and what you need to patch up.
Don't love it.
No, it's not fun.
No, it's really hard, but
that's part of the demanding nature of all this.
It's part of what we're going to hopefully get pushed into or challenged to. So the challenge this week is let's just try to pick one teaching of Jesus from the Sermon on the Mount, looking back at all these messages, and actually then practice it. Not perfectly, nobody's talking about that, but just intentionally. Maybe it's forgiving someone, or maybe it's giving generously to someone, or refusing to speak badly about someone behind their back. That's a hard one for some of us. Or choosing peace when you'd rather prove your point. That's
that's
me,
good.
yeah. Well, whatever it is, live it out. Let it shape your decision. Let shape your posture, your relationships. Because here's the truth: if even a handful of us, right, did this, really build our lives on Jesus' words, our communities will start to look radically different. Our homes would likely feel much more grounded, perhaps, and the friendship we have would be full of grace. And of course, our neighborhoods would see what love actually looks like in action, and that would be amazing. We wouldn't just be talking about Jesus. Everybody's a little bit tired of that. We'd be revealing him. And as I think about your message today, Steve, we'd be the kind of people, I think, who wouldn't just survive a storm, but stand through it. So what are you going to build this week? And what kind of world might rise if we build it together? So before we wrap up, I want to leave you with one question, something that will help you process what you've just learned and maybe take it a step deeper. We'll put it on the screen for the next few minutes. You can talk about it with someone next to you, or drop your answer in the chat, text it to a friend, or just sit with it quietly and jot it down in your journal. However you choose to engage, don't let this moment pass without asking yourself this: what is one area of your life where it's time to stop just admiring Jesus and really start following him? I'm so glad you were here. I can't wait to see you next time.